Welcome to Women in Cannabis. I'm your host, D. Sammy.
And I'm your host, Laura B.
And we are smoking blunts and building empires. Today we have a very special guest, and we're going to be talking about the hottest topics in the cannabis industry and all of our crazy stories of,
And some product review, and we're going to smoke a little bit of weed.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little microdosing, but,
And we're going to smoke a little bit of weed.
Well, let's get into our guest. Talk about it. Let's do it.
So our guest today is one very special to me, but she is a lifestyle coach. She is an entrepreneur. She has hit Instagram in a big way. She is a fitness and lots of things going on with her. She has a brand new line that came out, activewear. She's just like the all-around. I love her, Gabriela Bandy.
Yay! I'm excited. I'm super excited to have you on, by the way.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I'm super excited. I've never been in a cannabis podcast. So
Yeah.
This is so new for me. But
So you're going to smoke weed with us today?
I don't know all
Just
about
a little
that.
bit.
We'll see.
We're going to get her to smoke weed today.
She
Yeah,
is
we're
always
gonna-
trying to get me to try all these products. Some of them have really worked for me. I won't lie, but I try to stay on my calm side.
This is her calm side now. But years ago,
Oh, she used to turn up?
Gabby
Oh, okay.
was a weed
not
smoker,
me.
right?
I am a woman of God. I don't do those things. Just kidding.
Okay, till your mom's not gonna view this show.
Yeah.
I hope
So,
not.
You
Yeah.
can be honest.
Unless she be on the cannabis.
Maybe she
You
does.
might on the low. Who knows?
I have a Latin mom. My mom thinks that weed is like the devil.
I have a Latin mom too, and at the beginning she was very like, but now she's kind of like all into it. She's partners with me and my brother.
That's what's up.
She's amazing, and it just takes. She doesn't smoke. I've been trying to get her to try the lubes.
Oh,
And the
I'm
stuff,
done.
but
You're trying to
she's
get
like,
her-
the other day I called her, when we were leaving, remember we were leaving, and I called my mom on the phone, and I'm like, oh, she's like, what did you guys talk about on the podcast? And I'm like, oh, we were talking about these loops, and she's like, oh my God, does it work? And I'm like, yes, Mom, it works. You want me to send you some? And she's like,
Ooh, you about to
does
get
it have
Bobby nice
THC? And I'm like, yeah. And
Oh,
she's
she
like,
knows-
oh no,
Is
I
it-
don't want it. I'm like, Mom, come on. You've never experienced your vagina getting high? Like,
No.
that's the best thing.
my mom is still like, oh, you're smoking that reefer?
Yeah,
You
no,
should call
she
her
was
that.
not having it. She was not having
I
it.
was
though.
there for that phone call, and when she got off the phone, I was like, was that your mom? Like, I would never have that type of conversation with my mom because she would be like,
Yeah,
Niña, ¿qué te pasa?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, me and my mom kind of have that, relationship already. She knows me. She knows, I've been smoking for a long time. And my brother too, so it's kind of like, she's been
and
around
I'm
it
sure
so long.
she sees, the good side of it, so.
But how is that with the Spanish culture and marijuana? Is like everyone coming
It is.
around?
It
Or
is
it
very
still-
like there is so there's some people are still very optimistic about it, but when you see like all the effects and everything that's had in patients and people, my brother's epileptic. He dosage cannabis
And it helps,
daily,
yeah.
and it helps him.
Yeah.
I have friends of mine that suffer from bipolar. They also take it, anxiety. That's one of the things that, we brought Gabby on because she does suffer a little bit from anxiety. I'll let her tell her story, how it kind of helps
Yes,
her
tell us
cope
what,
with
hold
different
on.
things.
What exactly do you do? Like, tell me everything. I want to know. I want to get all up in your business.
I think that's always like the most asked questions. Like, people are like, what do you do?
What
Do you just,
exactly?
like, take pictures and post them on Instagram. But
And get paid for it?
Yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I
like
do.
the point,
I
huh?
do a lot of things. I guess I'm known mostly for being a fitness and lifestyle influencer, and I do have a fitness app. So a lot of people think I'm like body goals, and I
Well,
just
that money
share-
is snatched. Okay, I was like, yeah.
Thank you.
I
I
was
worked very hard for
2020.
it.
She is body goals.
Okay,
Yeah,
it is
for sure.
goals. So don't get crazy.
And I just launched an activewear line at the end of last year. It's called AVO Active.
Oh,
so
cool.
you could say I'm a influencer / entrepreneur.
Nice. How did you start in the whole? How did you get into this crazy world? I feel like people just like fall into place in the
Yes,
influencer.
basically. And it's something that a lot of people always ask me, like, how do you get started? How do you start a business? Or how do you become an influencer? And honestly, like, I didn't really know what I was doing. You kind of just, like you said, you fall into it and you learn along the way. But
we're like, you
I
like posting
feel like-
certain things, and then people were like,
yes, I've had a crazy journey. I think when it comes to like content creating, because in the beginning you don't know what you're doing, so you do fall into like that doing what everyone else is doing, or like, okay, what kind of content is this person posting? So let me post that type of content too. So I will say that in the beginning I started modeling, which that's how I met Laura. And for the longest, like I feel like I was very lost, like I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I did some music videos.
She was too pretty for that. She was.
Yeah, so
she had
you know,
a lot
like
more
the
going for her than
typical,
just that.
like, you know, sexy photos.
You know,
or
us
whatever.
from Miami, being in Miami, you know, young pretty girls, they tend to, you know, a lot of the time start doing music videos.
Right.
And that's kind of like how we kind of met.
Yeah.
I was managing her for a while. I was managing a bunch of, you know, models, Instagram models, and, you know, they were going on music videos and stuff. And she was just like a little different. I always knew from the beginning. I was like, you know,
She was like, I'm not with the shits right now. I can't.
Yeah, I was just like, modeling is great and it's cool. Like you can make, you know, some money while doing it, but I was just like, there was more. Like I wanted to do more, and like I'm a smart girl, so I just thought, not that there's anything wrong with being a model, but I just wanted to do something that made me feel like I was doing something meaningful. So even with my content has evolved with time, and now I only post like something that I know is going to help someone, whether it's, you know, about my anxiety, my mental health, or just my story, being an immigrant, just anything that I know like people are going to relate and it's going to help them,
And
rather
that's-
than just like,
and that's
you have a
something-
perfect life.
Right,
You know,
yeah.
here I
And
am.
that's something that I really liked about Gabby when we first met, and the reason that we clicked. So we're both immigrants. Well, I was born here, but I come from an immigrant family. I'm Cuban American, and she had immigrated into the U.S. when you were how old? 11, and her story was like so heartfelt. Like I just felt like right away, you know, when she was telling me her story, like I already loved her because we were already friends, but we just grew so much closer after that. Like just listening to like her coming in and how she got here and how her mom is such a strong woman. She came in with 4 kids by herself. It was just like the struggle of coming from nothing and actually making yourself. I think that when she actually evolved was when she moved to LA. She had to like take that step and leave Miami and come to LA. So she came to LA, and that's when she actually blossomed, right? And so along the way,
I feel like a lot of people blossom in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
if it's the sun, but
I
even
would
Miami
say-
is the sun there. But I feel like it's like the land of opportunity. They say like New York
Yeah.
is that, but I feel like LA is almost.
I think
You
I
can
would
do
say
anything.
that the reason I feel like LA really helped me grow was because I was leaving my home for the first time and being like, I'm going to move across the country by myself. So even the first week I moved to LA, I was literally staying at an Airbnb with like nowhere to go. And I was like, what am I going to do? I have literally 1 week to figure out where I'm going to live, or I have to go back home. So, and I had $3,000 in my bank account, and I was like, you need to figure this out, or you're going back home. So I was literally crying every single day. But somehow you figure it out. You know, you focus
Yeah.
on one thing, you figure that out, and then you go to the next. But I do think that LA shakes you up, you know, like you come here and it's not going to be easy. You're gonna come, and there's gonna be other people that are better than you, more talented than you. They work harder than you. They have better connections than you. So you have to come with focus to whatever it is that you want to do.
you gotta hustle. You gotta
Yeah.
hustle.
And you're gonna be alone. You're gonna
That's
be
why
lonely.
I feel like
Yeah.
people that come from different states to LA, they tend to have this like hunger, like they really go
Yeah.
after what they want, because it's like it's now or die. It's like it's
Yeah.
no going back, or I'm gonna have to go back and walk the
Like, what
the
are we
walk
gonna
of
do?
shame,
Yeah,
go
you
back to
gotta-
my parents' house or something, and it's like that's what I like about what you said. I love your story because you're saying that. For me, I feel like Instagram is. It messes with like your mental a little bit, because you start seeing people that's have great, posting all of these amazing pictures, and they're like, wow, why my life is not like that? But in real life, they're crying
For sure,
and they're
yeah.
going through it. And for you to
100%.
bring that to the forefront and say, you know, you only post things that bring attention and awareness to something, a greater cause, that's amazing.
Yeah,
That's good.
Well, we all know, like, it's funny because in social media, I feel like the influencer world has become almost like everyone has a specific filter.
Yeah.
So everyone looks the same way, and they talk the same way, and you're just like automatically, you know, this is an influencer. So I've learned, I guess, like I would say this past year, that I wanted to be different. So I even stopped like being friends with certain people just because I was like, your content doesn't really speak to me, or I just don't feel like we have the same values, or that we want to do the same thing. So I've kind of like distanced myself, And I'm literally just like at home with my dog and my man, and that's all I do.
Right.
And I do my content, and that's it.
And she
like,
records all day and all night.
What kind of things do you record besides fitness?
Well, I do YouTube, so I do a lot of makeup videos, or I do a lot of talking about my mental health. Actually, when I speak about my mental health, I think that's when I have like the biggest response. Like, so many people will DM me and will be like, "Oh my God, I literally needed this video at this moment. Like, I felt really bad. I didn't know what to do." So I share a lot about how I was speaking to you earlier about just like my healthy rituals every day. I have a healthy ritual.
Tell us about that. I would love, because
Yeah.
I wanted to like dive in at that point, but I was like, no, we're gonna save that.
Yes.
I want to know, what is Gabby's rituals?
So I guess I'll explain a little bit of why I created a ritual. I call it my self-care ritual because last year was a really, really tough year for me. I was super depressed and I was very, very anxious, which is really the time where I got into taking edibles and just, you know, kind of like, experimenting with that because I was like, I really needed some help. So I started doing therapy last year, and I just felt like I really hit like a really low part in my life, just emotionally, because sometimes things are going really good for you, but we tend to sabotage those things and overthink them. So I know that there is nothing wrong with my life, and like I'm actually super blessed, but for some reason there's something there blocking me. You know how there's like childhood traumas and
It's
things that we don't let go of.
It's things that affect a lot of people, and a lot of people don't bring it out, and there's a lot of people who are sheltered by it. I've seen it all the time in the nursing industry that people shut down and they hold it back and they get very quiet and they don't want to talk. And no one knows because you'll be at work or you'll be with your friends and you'll be happy, but the minute you get home, you shelter yourself and you feel like you just cry or you feel depressed and you don't know what it is.
That's where you hear a story like, oh, why did he kill himself?
Exactly.
Or, you know, and it's
like he was such a happy
you're so
person.
Cool and
Yeah. So
because I think we all tend to grow up to like suck it up and, you know, cry and get over it, but we don't really deal with
and
things.
I think that's in the Spanish culture and like
it
in
is
the Spanish
very
culture.
much.
I know in African American too is like a real like, suck it up, let's go, let's fight through. And I know the same thing for Spanish people too.
For sure. I know like me, myself, my mom, you know, she raised me and my brother. My dad at a point had left to Costa Rica and she raised us. And our family is very female oriented. So it's very women empowerment. My cousin, she's a developer. My aunt is a broker. My mom has had a home health for years, you know, and we're all very powerful women. And, you know, at the end of the day, when you come home, you have to like unwind yourself and like think, you know, like my mental state, you know, you have to just kind of like regroup yourself. And so a lot of people do tend to try the edibles or try the tinctures, or for me, I like to smoke. So it all depends like what you like and what your body kind of, you know, because like you don't like to smoke, right?
No.
You like to vape.
Yeah, I like to vape and I love the edibles.
Right. And I just like to smoke because I feel like if I get a little too high, I eat a little something and boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
And you like to do the edibles because you don't like the smoking, you know? So it's kind of like everyone has a different feel on what they like, right? So some people like edibles, some people like tinctures, some people like smoking, and then there's different levels of smoking and all that stuff. But when you touch the mental health issue, I think that that's where a lot of your fans and your viewers kind of clinch onto you because they're seeing like someone like, wow, there's this beautiful girl, you know, she has everything, she's so pretty and this and that, but she's suffering from anxiety. Like she has, you know, and she's speaking about it. She's like letting me know. And here I am as a girl looking at you, you know, maybe it's a 14, 15-year-old girl. And she's like, maybe I do need to get help. Maybe I do need to see someone. Maybe I should reach out to her in the DM. Will she hit me back? You know, is that something
all in
you
your
do?
head, everything?
Do you like if somebody hits you on the DM?
I definitely
do. You talk to them?
I mean, it's difficult because I am only one person and there's that many people DMing me. But whenever I see something that I'm like, okay, this is a message that could potentially change someone's life, I do that. And that's why I really love when I have like meet and greets because then people get to come talk to me. And I really enjoy like actually, like I know a lot of celebrities or influencers, they meet people and they might just want to do it for the fame, but like I actually genuinely love talking to people and just hearing their stories and what they're dealing with because I know I lived through it. So if I could say something that could help someone, that's definitely something what I want to do. But going back to the ritual,
because that definitely can help people. I really want to know more about that because I feel like that could really help.
Yeah, so
Someone
basically
say.
this year I really wanted to create a ritual, and I think it was that I read it in a book, I'm not sure. But basically, a ritual is something that you do as soon as you wake up, and you want to do it. It's like a habit. You follow it every single day, and it's just whatever you pick to do is something that you know is going to make you feel better. So my ritual is I wake up early at 6 a.m. because waking up early just gives you more time to be productive. You get up, you take however long, at least for me, it takes me about an hour to really like wake up. So I get to the gym. Working out in the morning is a priority. I meditate for 15 minutes every day. I know that meditation is very hard for a lot of people.
Yes,
I didn't know how to
sure.
meditate when I started, so I use an app. Can I say the name of the
Yeah,
app?
yeah,
Okay.
of course.
It's called, I don't even remember the name, but I have it on
I
my
wish I
phone.
could meditate. I have tried.
I tried too.
I even went to
Okay.
this salt cave place in Santa Barbara, and I went to the meditation thing,
was-
and literally I was laying there trying to meditate. My dad and my sister are like in planet God knows what meditating,
gosh.
and I'm like trying to meditate, and all I could hear is this lady next to me snoring her life away, and I'm like,
You can't
how
be
the hell can I?
serious.
I'm
How?
like, and then at the
Well,
end of the
that is
meditation.
an expert type of
Well, at the
meditation.
end of the
Yeah.
meditation, I turn around and look at my dad and I'm like, how are you guys meditating? Like, you didn't hear this lady? They didn't hear her, not one bit. They were on a level of
my
meditation
God.
so
Oh,
high.
that's deep. I
They
can't.
didn't even hear her. And I'm like, dude, she was snoring in my ear. I couldn't even relax for a second.
Well,
But-
meditating without, like with noise around is very hard. So I can't do that unless I'm like somewhere outdoors where it's just kind of like ambience noise. But I usually like put on my headphones, and the app is called Headspace. And what it
Okay.
does is it literally guides you, but you can really just Google or like go on YouTube and
I'm
find
going
a
to write
guided
that down.
meditation.
What was it? Head?
Headspace.
Headspace.
Okay, I'm going to check that out.
And it literally tells you like, okay, take a deep breath or focus on your body or focus on your like. It will make you get into such a calm state. When I first started doing it after 1 week, I was like, oh my God, like you wake up and you're like, you feel like you went to sleep, but you didn't because you were up this whole time. You almost feel like you just had a moment and you made like time stop for a second. So that's why I really like it. It really, really helps with my anxiety and just trying to like separate what's an anxious thought and what's not. And aside from that, I really try to stay off from social media an hour before, an hour after I
after you
wake
wake
up,
up.
because that was something I was doing. As soon as I would wake up, I would go
Yeah.
Instagram,
Yeah,
Twitter,
and
Snapchat, and then I
Emails.
would see all these people, and for some reason, like certain content would trigger me. So that goes. So the second part of my ritual is I have silenced a lot of people that I follow on my Instagram that I don't want to necessarily unfollow them because like I may be their friend, but certain type of content that they post triggers me. Or whenever I watch stories, I'm like, okay, if I feel bad or if I sense anything weird after I watch someone else's story, maybe it's I'm comparing my life to them, or I think they're having so much fun and I'm not. I will just like silence them. I still follow them, but their stories won't come up.
Yeah, instead of taking Instagram off your phone like I do several
Yeah.
times a month.
Unless you're an influencer and you
Yeah,
can't
you
do
can't
that
even do
because then you
that.
have no job.
I feel like to me, you know, the other day we went to a party and we're so attached to our phones, right? The other day we went to a party and to get in the party we had to sign a non-disclosure, right, Barbie? We had to sign a non-disclosure.
Whose party was
and,
this?
Right.
Why
And
wasn't I invited?
we can't say whose party it was because it's like a big
Was it Drake?
It's a
It was a big deal.
it was a big
Like-
cannabis company, right? So this company, they do these events and these parties, and you have to sign a non-disclosure when you get there. And we had to turn in our phones,
Oh,
right?
no.
We had to
Oh,
turn in
no,
our phones.
honey, I'm
So
going
the whole
home.
time we're at the party, right? I'm like going to get my phone. I'm like, fuck, I don't have my phone. I'm like, oh, let's take a picture. Oh, I don't have my phone. So they don't even let you in with an iWatch, right? Because you can't take pictures. Because you know,
You
You
can
can
take a
they
picture
didn't
with
want
an
you to
iPhone.
have
Yeah, you can
any
take a picture.
kind of
So no,
Connection or
nothing,
anything.
right? So I was just like the 2 hours that we were there. The minute I went back, I was like, Instagram, emails, check the cameras at the
Addicted.
store, like addicted.
Yeah,
And
I
I'm just
told you
like,
I took my Instagram off. He was like,
Yeah.
what? Did
Yeah, yeah.
what? What are you
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about?
I was
didn't
like,
even do
What
that.
is life?
But that's the era that we're in now is all about social media.
Yeah.
It's all about social media. Have you gone to a restaurant lately and you see like everyone's like this? Right? There's no
Yeah.
conversation. There's nothing like that.
You know, there's certain restaurants that they have like a little bucket
Yes,
and
so
it
you
says
can
like
put
put
your
your
phone
phone there so that you
Oh, I
can-
need that restaurant.
Yeah, I've seen it, and you know
Gotta
what I
put it
do?
in people.
And you know when I see that bucket, I put my phone right here next to me. I cannot.
She is addicted to her
I am
phone.
So wait, hold
Yes.
on. Let me ask a quick question. What products on this table help you with blackout noise, help you with your anxiety? Like, what have you taken that you can recommend to our viewers?
I would
that helped you?
say, okay, these two right here, I've tried.
The Moxie is really good.
Yeah, so I did this one. This is a Moxie, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And I did the one that is just a CBD pen. So this one doesn't get you high at all.
I didn't know they had
It's
the
just
CBD pen.
CBD.
Yeah, it's just for pain and anxiety.
Yes, and I did give my friend one that has THC, and he really, really loved it. He was like, oh my God, that pen was like the best. So I was happy because I wanted to give him something he would like.
So one thing about Moxie, if we'll just talk about them for 1 second, is that Moxie is, I believe, like the leading concentrate company in California. I think we've talked about it before. They make these little dart pods, is what they're called. Their wax and their concentrates are one of the best in the
open it.
industry right
Their
now.
flavors
They
are
flavored, yeah.
amazing.
So this is one of them right here. This is the Mango Kush. It's a hybrid, and all of them test pretty high. This one's at 82.87% THC.
Yeah.
So what's really cute about these is this one in particular is rose gold for the females.
Yes, yes. She's modeling them too.
Yeah.
And so it comes with this little dart pod, right? So let's see if we could open this. These little things sometimes,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
make them childproof now, so they're a little hard. Oh, this is
Oh,
the
that
one.
wasn't the
make
one.
them
That
child-
wasn't the one.
This isn't the one. Did we bring
Oh,
a...
did we?
Oh, we didn't bring a
Okay,
pod.
all right.
Quack,
Full
quack.
disclaimer.
Oh, Barbie has one. Let's see it. Barbie, bring out yours.
Okay.
Yes,
It's in her
Barbie
bag.
for the win.
We'll bring it back. But talk about these gummies that, meanwhile, that we
Okay,
wait
so
for
yes,
Barbie.
this is called Wild, and it's an edible. And I was very scared when she first gave it to me because I was like, "Girl, I don't know about them edibles," because I've had very bad experiences.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't know enough. So I think we need to educate people more, especially on edibles, because you don't know like the certain amount that you need. So one time I took an edible and it was like 30 milligrams, and I almost passed out.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah, no.
This one, I believe it has like 5 milligrams. of
This
CBD.
one, well, no, this is the 1-to-1. So Wild has 3 different kinds. They have their 1-to-1, which is half THC, half CBD. Then they have
Yeah.
their 2-to-1, which is more CBD, less THC. And then they have their 100 milligrams, which is 10 milligrams per bite. So this product is actually, I think, recommended for anybody who suffers from like severe anxiety. You don't want to smoke. You want a
Wait,
little bit of...
actually, this one says 10-10.
Yeah, it's 100, 100. So it's a 1-to-1.
Wait, no, I think the one you gave me said 5-0.
So then that's a 2-to-1.
Okay, so 2-1, people. I don't want that. You know, don't sue me.
So when
Yes.
you take them, how do you feel? Because for me, some edibles.
How are you
get
feeling
me-
before
Well,
you take it?
Yeah, tell me
Well,
the whole
you
process.
Told me, well, she told me to take half of a half.
Okay.
Right.
So it was literally like half of 5, 2.5. And I was scared, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take half. And I took it because sometimes I feel very jittery. There's a different type of anxiety, right? So there's the anxiety where I'm like having a lot of negative thoughts and I'm sad and it's bad. And then there's the anxiety where I just feel very accelerated because that's the kind of person that I am. I tend to like worry a lot about things, or I'm just like thinking about 10 different things when someone's trying to have a conversation with me, which really sucks because that's why my memory is really bad. I only remember certain things that like actually impact me or that I care about.
Right.
But if you tell me a little detail, I may not remember.
Yeah.
So like your name, I might not remember.
All right. Names.
No, I know your
Names
name
is
is
not
D.
good.
Yeah, Laura.
She knows our
She like
name.
E,
Yeah.
Z,
Talking
but
about-
no,
No,
it's
but
D.
I constantly meet new people in LA, and they're
Yeah.
always like, "Oh my God, hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "Hi, how are you?"
Hi.
Like,
Yeah.
and then I asked my friend, like, "Who is that?" And she's like, "Oh, you met this person there," but she like already knows, so she doesn't even take it personal. She's like, "It's this person, you met them," and I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." Like, remind me. Anyway, so I took half of half, and I did not feel high at all, but I did feel like some sort of calmness, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And I remember when I took it, like I told my boyfriend about it because he also likes taking edibles, and I was just like, "Wow!" Like I feel like I actually found something that I like.
Right.
Because a lot of the stuff that I try get me high, and I don't want to get high because then I'm not productive.
Yeah.
So this was perfect. And then
The perfect dosage.
yeah, and then one of the days I took a whole one because I actually wanted to get high.
And did you get high though?
I did, but not like to the point where I was like, oh yeah. Like it was just good.
Yeah.
And I actually gave it to my friend because we had a meeting and we were trying to come up with ideas. So we both each took one and then we were like, okay.
That's what
Yeah,
some people
like our
don't know.
creativity was like on
CBD
point.
actually hits your creativity, and you start like coming up with. There's so many sections to CBD, right? So a lot of people are like, oh well, what's the difference between CBD from hemp and CBD from THC? Like how do they sell those at the stores and the other ones? Well, hemp is federally legal, whereas to CBD is still not federally legal, right? So CBD from THC comes from plant, which has THC in it. It's extracted. And then CBD from hemp comes from a hemp plant. Has no THC, so you could take as much hemp as you want. You're never going to get high, right?
Yeah,
That's why you see those bottles of cream and it has a marijuana plant on it.
Yeah.
Or you see
I like
the
that one.
shampoos.
There's one that's called hemp. I like
Yeah,
it.
that's the one. I have that one too. And now even Ulta has a makeup line, right? It's called Cannabis Sativa, right, Barbie? Is it Sativa?
Cannabis
Revolution, but it's by, it has Cannabis Sativa, but it's from hemp.
You know
Okay.
what? I recently met up with a beauty brand. Shout out to Ep1 Beauty. They do some
Are
sort
they a
of
female line?
Yes.
Oh, we need to bring them on
Yeah,
the show.
we
Yes,
Yes.
and she has like the CEO has like an amazing story, and she follows me, so I can contact her for you. But she has a great story. Like she started from the bottom, and now she's here.
Right.
Awesome.
So
We
you
definitely
definitely
want
want
to
Yeah,
meet
tell her
her.
to come on. I really like these. You gave them to me last
Yes,
week.
yes,
I
I
really
did.
like this. I suffer from anxiety as well, and I have like a lot of noises in my head. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
everybody's talking together.
that's why.
a
That's one
lot.
of the reasons why I have to like oftenly delete Instagram off my phone, and I'm
Right.
always like self-judging and just blah 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 blah. But I like this. I don't like some gummies because it gives you that roller coaster effect where 3-4 hours later you're still high and you're like hit the peak or you're still going. It's like please stop.
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
So I don't like that. What I like this half and half because it mellows you out. It keeps you calm and it doesn't. For me, I don't smoke flower anymore because it gives me more anxiety. It's
Facts.
so weird.
Facts.
Okay.
Well, well, let me keep
I
this
don't
up
know
really
what
quick.
is going on,
Hold
but
on,
I'm like, how
hold
is
on.
that
Hold
helping?
on,
It's
hold on.
hurting me.
Because you're smoking the wrong thing. So there's different kinds of THC, right? There's indica, sativa, and hybrids, right? So long as
schooling
we
us
have
right now.
known, yeah, I'm gonna
Kick
school you guys.
game. Go ahead.
So long as we have known, sativa is people who suffer from anxiety and should not smoke sativa. Why? Because sativa is an awake kind of high. It's an adrenaline high. It like keeps you moving, it keeps you going. So if I suffer from anxiety, I'm not gonna smoke sativa. I need something that mellows me out. So indica mellows you out. Indica in the couch, right? That's how
Yeah,
that
it
works.
does make me go to the couch
So,
for sure.
right, so
It
exactly.
knocks
So
me
you
out.
kind of don't want to, if you're going to be like working all day, you're not going to want to smoke an indica. And for you, you would never want to smoke a sativa because it might get you too anxious, right? But there's a thing called the hybrid. So there's hybrids that are indica dominant and hybrids that are sativa dominant. So for me, I don't like to smoke a straight sativa, but I do love to smoke a hybrid sativa. And I do like to smoke a hybrid indica because I don't like that indica that I'm like completely couch locked and I'm, on the sofa. My brother loves indicas. He only smokes OGs. That's his thing. And he can product all day long. But he's such an old school smoker and he's been smoking so long that I think if he didn't smoke, he wouldn't be able to like function, go on his day. Right? He won't, it's kind of like there's people who smoke so long that they gotta smoke before they eat. And so they're like, well, Laura, doesn't that become now like something that, now you're kind of like, you can't do without, you're dependent on it and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, not really. But they're like, oh, a lot of people are like still in the stigma of marijuana is the gateway drug. Or it's the beginning to another drug. And I tell them, honestly, I've never met a person in my life that's been like, oh, I smoked a joint today and now I want to go smoke I want to go inject heroin or I want to go smoke some meth. Like, if you've met anybody that smoked a joint and told you, now I'm going to go smoke meth, please DM us. Let me know the person.
Speaking of joints,
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I love it.
All right.
My favorite thing
I
right
want
now.
you to.
My
I want you to
favorite
spark
thing.
it open. I mean, tell us about this because.
So
Are we
this
gonna
is
open that?
super
I already
cute.
opened one. I already
Oh,
opened
Lord.
one.
Super cute. Tell us everything about
It's
it. 'cause-
adorable. So this is a company called Her Highness. She has a female line. She has lots of lubes for us ladies who aren't as moist as we used to be when we were 21, right? Because you're still in the 20s, you know, but
Well, I don't know about that.
I don't know about that.
Wait,
Hold
if you
up,
want
I don't
some
know.
extra love.
If you- exactly. So the lubes is not only
We good over here.
No, but the lube is not only to moisturize you more. It was the conversation I was having with my mom.
Yes.
The lube is more to kind of get like a vagina
Yeah,
high,
yeah,
right?
I don't know.
So not really a
That's
vagina
an
high, but
interesting vagina high.
yeah. Well, D, let's
Vagina
tell your
do
story.
not,
Right. We gotta
my
listen to D's
vagina
story.
was high.
Let's
okay?
hear
It was-
D's story with
Oh,
her.
you already tried it.
She
I
tried
did.
it.
Oh, I'm so mad that we don't have it right
Tell
now.
us the tea.
But I went to her store, and well, she has an amazing store, by the way. That's another story. But anyway, I went to the store, and she recommended this product. The lube.
You know me, sexual.
And she's
love.
like, I was talking about cramps. She was like, try that. I was like, what is this? She was like, I was like, oh, I'm in. So I got it and I went home, did my thing. And I mean, like, first I was like, is my vagina high? Like, am I high right now? Because this is THC.
Oh my
I'm like,
God.
this has got to be high. And like, I would do it at night. So I was like, didn't really, like, I would pass out after that. So it was like, I couldn't really measure whether I was really tired, or
Yeah.
whatever.
But
I did it during the day, and I
I-
have to say, I was high. My vagina was floating.
But it was kind of, so the lube is more
It
not
was
to
in
take
the
it.
air.
Yeah.
The lube is more to take it together with your partner, not just take it alone. So a lot of the good stuff about the lube is that not only does it get the woman wetter, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not only do you get that vagina orgasmic high that you wouldn't get it normally, the man does too.
Right.
So one of my girls, I'm not gonna say who, she's over there, but
Oh.
She's proud of it too. She's like,
but she tried it with her husband, and she says that her husband was able to go multiple rounds with it.
Right.
And he felt like he could continuously come to an orgasm, right?
Mm-hmm.
To whereas before, sometimes you get with your partner, and they're like round one, and they're fast asleep, and you're like, what the hell? Come on, wake up! Like, I'm ready. Let's get this party started. And they're
Jesus
like
Christ.
sleeping there,
So
right?
this brand makes that lube, right?
That brand makes it, and there's another brand
Okay.
called Yummy Karma. They're all female owned, and they make that lube. So this I love because it is half a gram, right? Half
And
a
it's
gram.
perfect.
Half a gram pre-roll, and it comes with this adorable lighter, and it says Her Highness on it, right? So the lighter's
By the
lighter's-
way,
that's
if I
super
ever
cute.
do smoke, my blunts are
Yeah.
that small.
This
It's always
is like,
that.
how sexy is this? Like,
It's
how
so
sexy
good.
is this? Look at this. This is like, you remember back in the days they had those Capri cigarettes
long ones?
in the 80s,
Oh my gosh.
right? And so if you were from Miami, right, like the cocaine era or whatever, so you were in the 80s, all these women smoked
that
like
you
these
know about them.
long Capri cigarettes, right? And I remember being like 12 years old, and I'd be like, oh my God, like look at her, she's so, and then they have like their cup of whatever, Crown, or they didn't drink wine back then. I feel like all the women back then drank like hard liquor, right?
Yeah.
So it was like, or am I kind of just thinking of what's her name from Scarface? What's her name? What's the
Who
girl's
from
name?
Scarface?
Elvira. Right? So,
Elvira.
you guys never watched Scarface? No?
I
my
have watched
God.
Scarface,
Okay.
but I don't remember
I
names.
just seen the posters, okay?
So anyways, back to the joint. We're not
Wait,
talking
spark
about-
it up, spark it up.
I don't even know.
So
Okay,
while
so-
so while you sparking up that,
Okay.
and we getting nice and toasty, I'm going to go into hot topics.
Hot topic.
Okay, hot topics in the cannabis industry. So, thief steals, according to LA Cannabis News, a thief steals $145K in cash from a marijuana money carrier. So just
Okay.
to sum it up, okay?
Okay.
This dumbass
Take a hit first.
money.
though.
Okay.
Oh, no. I cannot.
Just one
Totally
little
not a
hit.
smoker. So this money carrier goes and picks up money from dispensaries, and he's a distro.
It's a distribution company, and they go and they pick up the money from the dispensaries. Yeah, correct.
So apparently he was followed because he's in Santa Ana, and his company
Allegedly.
is from allegedly.
Allegedly he was followed.
He's from Santa Ana. He's in Santa Ana, and he's from LA, the distribution company. They going around doing their rounds, picking up different pickups from different dispensaries. And he has over $140,000 in his truck, and he
Inside
goes
job.
out and gets something from the store, from the gas station.
Okay, hold on. So if I have $145,000 in cash on me, do you know where I'm going?
Straight to the bank.
Straight
home.
No, straight to the distro where I gotta turn that money in, right? I'm not stopping at Starbucks. I'm not stopping at McDonald's. I'm not stopping anywhere because I have $145,000 that's not mine, right?
Yeah.
Why would I stop at the store and get off and leave $145,000 in my car?
So, man, listen. I think that he was down with the whole good thing. I don't know why. Allegedly. I think that, because why would you get out the store? Why would you get out your car and do that?
Yeah.
Anyway, so somebody broke into his van, bust the windows, took 2 duffel bags, and went on their merry little way. They did not catch the substance.
Oh my God, it was like in the back seat.
Yeah, it was like,
Oh Lord.
whatever.
That's
Like, it didn't
listen.
even matter to him. He just went. That's why I feel like, okay, either he was followed from LA, number one. I think that he had to be followed from LA. Or he was down with the whole thing. Like,
Yeah, inside job for sure. For sure. Why would you stop with 145? If you go pick up $145,000 for me and you stop at Starbucks to get some coffee, we're gonna have a problem. Like, I wouldn't stop with nobody's money. Like, literally, the only reason I'm stopping is if I get a flat tire.
Yeah.
Or my car broke down, And you're gonna be the first person I call. Hey, I got your 145 and my car just broke down.
And I'm not getting out the car.
Yeah,
I'm not going to check the tire.
I don't know. Anyways, that is like, what's that radio station? They're like Donkey of the Day. It's
someone.
It's on Sirius.
Breakfast Club.
Is it Breakfast Club?
Yeah, Donkey of the Day.
Oh yeah, Donkey of the Day. So we're
Shout
gonna
out to them.
Wait, yeah, shout out to Breakfast Club.
But
But
that one guy.
We're gonna have to figure one out.
Yeah,
like-
we're gonna give him the Donkey.
Joe Budden.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah.
Joe Button?
No, it's not Joe Budden. Charlemagne.
Oh, that.
It's definitely Charlemagne. So Charlemagne, shout
I
out.
never said
That is the Donkey of the Day for women in cannabis.
Yes.
That guy is, come on, allegedly.
Allegedly. I don't
Where's
know.
the
What
145? Like, cough that money up, partner. We know you got it somewhere. Let me guess, he's on vacation, right?
Right.
Probably.
He's lost in the sauce somewhere. I don't know. He probably got some lube somewhere. Going
What
on.
else you got for us?
Okay, so one of my favorites, High Times, is building their
Yes.
stores. Yay.
Yes, they're like branching out though in
Yeah.
like other clubs
And I think
stuff.
that's like really smart. Like
Super
because
cool.
It just gives them opportunities in different spaces. You know?
For sure. Super cool. Like we have like in our store we carry a lot of like Kush Talk products. So Kush Talk is like a festival that happens twice a year in California. It's a huge festival. It's a cannabis festival. So we have like a lot of their stuff. Like we have their t-shirts, their dab rigs, their dab mats, their dab tools, and we sell them at the store, and we kind of like have done a kind of like a little partnership with them. But I think that that's what High Times is kind of. I don't know if they have. I think that they're just allowing those stores to actually sell merchandise.
Oh,
right?
really? I think they said they was opening stores, but they just probably partnered with them, you saying?
Yeah, I think
High
they
Times
partnered.
is a magazine.
Yeah, High Times is a magazine. Yeah, and they have like cannabis events throughout the year where they have like big concerts and stuff
the
like
cup
that.
and
they have them like all over the state. So anywhere that marijuana is legal, they host an event. So Detroit, like here they do it in SoCal and NorCal. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I really like that. I like that they was branching out in different markets in the cannabis industry, and good luck. Well, that's all I have for my news. Anyway, I know that we kept you for so long, Gabby. Thanks for vibing out
I
with
had
us.
so much fun.
We had so much fun with you.
I learned a lot today about stuff.
Oh,
guess.
before I forget, we did. Barbie did bring us in this Moxie dart.
Barbs.
So this is super cute. This is like the cartridge part to it. It's a half a gram. And it says Moxie on it, right? That's how you know it is a Moxie vape. And this is their dart pod. It just kind of goes right in like that. It's a magnet. It looks like, what's the guy from Star Wars? Darth Vader. It totally looks like Darth Vader, right?
Oh
my God.
It's super cute.
So you get your Darth Vader dart, I guess Darth Vader dart might go together.
Oh, yeah.
And you just put it in there, and then that's it. They come pre-charged. This is one of the only ones that you can charge and smoke at the same time. I'm not a vapor, but you are, so you want to try it out?
I definitely will.
So how come like when you smoke regular weed?
How does
it
that taste?
bothers
What
you, but
flavor is
when
that,
you
Barb?
vape, you don't?
I don't know.
Why does
weird.
what?
That's a good question.
How like when she smokes flower, like she said, she gets anxious, but when she smokes vape, she doesn't.
Well, it depends on. So
On the
there's
type.
different sativas.
Oh, there's
and
different
and-
vapes, different
Which,
sativas
by the
too.
way, this is a Pineapple Express. You said that's a sativa.
So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
go to that one.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
no, but it doesn't do anything for me. But when I smoke,
But there is, I will tell you this. So this is why I tell you everyone's tolerance is different, right? So there's a lot of products that are labeled as sativas, and maybe what might get you anxious or what might get me anxious probably won't do it for you. So there's like a stigma on it, and a lot of people like. One of Kevin from Moxley told me this the other day. He's like, don't listen to that whole sativa, indica, hybrid type of thing. But when our mentality is already like sativa, stay awake, be busy, indica, in the couch, go to sleep. Your mind is programmed like that.
Yeah.
But every strain is different. All the seeds are crossed now. So it's
so I guess I gotta smoke as much weed as I can
Yeah.
to figure it out.
In other words, yeah. So we definitely want to, keep doing like different reviews on different products. One of my newest favorite ones that we just have now is these bath bombs. These are like one of my favorites. They're by Kush Queens. So this one is a 1-to-1.
Can I take this home?
You can.
Okay.
You can. You can.
So what is this gonna do?
That one is
nice
a
bag?
1-to-1, and it is for love and passion, is what it says.
Oh.
And this is a 1-to-1.
I need some love and passion.
This is a 1-to-1, and this one is for relax. So this is for like long day,
So it gets you
light
nice
up a
and
candle.
relaxed.
So they have these new candles, which we ordered them, right? We ordered them. They're called
I want this
Anti-Bitch,
one.
and they are CBD candles. They're called Anti-Bitch. Hopefully for the
Anti-
next
I
show,
want
we
this
will
one.
have them.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I
Yes,
saw it today and I was like, Barbie, hit them up right now. We gotta fucking get those on the show. Like, I need that in my
I
house.
love that.
So yeah, so they're like CBD candles and stuff like that.
So make sure you get your Kush Queen.
Yeah.
Take a nice long soaking
want this
bath
one.
after a long day of work.
For sure. And this was the one that I was telling you about, the Yummy Karma. So this is not the one. This is not the Drift Away. Where is it, Barbs? What is it called? Mood Magic. Boom. So this Mood Magic right here, if you have not tried this is like every female's favorite product. Remember Diane I told you about in Chicago, Illinois? Well, Diane loves this product. My Barbie loves this product. Lindsay at the store loves this product. All the females that I introduced to this product, they are obsessed. So it is a tincture. If you want to try it for the first time, you half dose. So a half.
You have
dose. Yeah, so on the thing it tells you right here like the dosage. So there's 25, 50, 75, and 1 ml. So for you, I would try the 50 in the morning. So it set your mood. So it's kind of like, we're getting our menstrual cycle, our hormones are like all over the place. This sets your mood. And when I tell you that it is probably one of the best sellers that we have at the store, it is definitely a female product. I encourage women, try this. Try the product.
It's called Mood
It's called
Magic.
Mood Magic. Check your
These two, I'm taking
dispensary.
these two home.
If you want, DM us on our Instagram or send us an email, however you want to do it, and ask us if you don't know where they carry it. We will find it for you where you're
Yes.
located. Give us your zip code. We will reach out to Yummy Karma and we will ask them what dispensaries by you sell it. It is the best. I can't
I
emphasize
want
it.
to try it too.
Yeah, definitely try it. Take that one home with you. You take that one. I'll bring Diane another one when she comes next week. And next week when we
put my stack over
recap again, let me know how you feel after taking
Yeah,
it.
I'll definitely.
In the morning.
I'll definitely let you know because
for sure.
I've been needing to make sure my mood is right throughout the
Yeah,
whole day.
for
Thanks,
sure.
Gabby. Thank you so much for being on the show. You are our first guest. We really
Thank
appreciate
you. I am so
being
honored.
so open and honest, and I'm
Yes.
really sure that it really affected someone out there, and they got something out of it. So we
Yeah,
really appreciate
I'm so happy that you guys chose me. Just kidding.
So
No, but I am so happy that you guys started this podcast because I know you guys are going to help so many women out there. I know that for me, like I'm super scared because I don't know any of the terms, and I'm like, how do you even buy this stuff? How do you ask for it? Like, what's good? So I think that a lot of women are going to relate to a lot of what you guys are talking about, and they might learn and feel more comfortable into whether it is they want to get into the business or they just want to try the product. So I congratulate you guys, and I wish you so much success.
Thank you so much. So make sure you follow us on all of our social media outlets. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our podcast. And any questions or anything you guys want us to review, products or anything like that, make sure you send us an email or you could DM us straight through Instagram. And we will see you at our next episode.
Yes.
Women in Cannabis.
Women in Cannabis.
Bye.